Well, good evening, everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't do a better message for you guys in a better setting, but we're busy today, like everybody else, with my family and home and work and the car and everything else, and phones that break and tied to all that technology of the earth. But I know we sent you guys some creosote sage. You're doing a blessing for celebrating yourselves for your accomplishments, and I think we sent the creosote because it's a very good smudge. There's a long history behind it, but in the end, I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Joseph Perez. I'm from the Gila River Indian community. I am a Pima Indian. We're descendants of the Hohokam, and the Hohokam were Indians that were here thousands of years ago, and they lived pretty much in the same area where the Pimas live now. And one of the unique things they did is, if you came to Phoenix and Arizona, you would see canal systems that exist throughout the city, and actually nearly almost 90 to 95% of those canal systems were made by the Hohokam thousands and thousands of years ago. They were master farmers. They mastered water. They found ways to make water almost go uphill. But they existed a long time ago, and one day they just disappeared. And there's been a lot of speculation and study about it. And part of my culture is we're descendants from the Hohokam, and the Hohokam actually came from the stars, and they went back to the stars. And that can be interpreted in a lot of different ways, and everyone's free to their interpretation, but that's what I was taught, is that my ancestors actually went physically back to the stars. So that's kind of where I come from. And in today's world, I look at trying to help people, bring everyone together. I commend you guys for overcoming your addictions. On my reservation, it's a very bad situation, probably 100 to 1,000 times worse than off the reservation. The creosote bush is a bush that has existed for pretty much as long as almost the earth has been created. Our history is that it was created by the earth creator, and the creosote was one of the first things that the earth doctor, the earth creator, made. And creosotes scientifically they discovered that they're actually thousands and thousands of years old, and they actually almost like clone themselves. That's why they exist. So they only grow in certain places in the desert. They like the rocky soil. They don't really like the silty soil. Lots of times near mountains. And they're a very strong bush, very powerful bush. Like I harvested the sage, or the smudge, and I bundled it several days ago, and I can still smell it on my hands, because it's how strong it is. So the smudge you have is a very strong smudge that will clear negative energy. It will bring you guys together, and it'll work very well. And it's one of those things that I do because I think the world is in a place where we all need to be together. And it doesn't matter whether you're an Indian or whether you're not, because when you rip us open, we're all red inside, and we all bleed the same, and we all have the same organs. Our spirit and soul inside is all the same. So that's just a little bit about me and where we're at. I'll do the prayer for you, the full prayer that I do for you, and this is the prayer and blessing that I do for the smudge. But understand, you can do whatever you want. You can say whatever prayer you want. You can say it if it's related to the Bible, to Christianity, to Hinduism, to being a Muslim. It doesn't matter, because the smudge knows what it needs to do, because we all know what we need to do, because the earth will take care of itself, and we will take care of ourselves, and we all have to work together. So I'll give you the full prayer that I do in terms of the smudge, and you guys can follow along if you want. So it starts out where you guys should at least face north, have your smudge going, and the full one is, I stand in the light and love of the infinite creator. Great Spirit of the earth, we come to you today to ask you to give us strength to know that God lies within each of us, that we must love, we must forgive, we must live in harmony with our world. And then to the north, where winter lives, cools our heart. To the south, where summer lives, warms our spirit. To the west, where the winter rains come to replenish the land. To the east, where life begins. To the earth and water that sustain us, and to the sky and the stars, where our ancestors have gone and we shall return. Great Spirit of the earth, bless us, cleanse us, for we know God lies within each of us. We will love, we will forgive, we will live in harmony with our world. I stand in the light and love of the infinite Creator. And you can feel yourself being better. And that's really just the simple prayer that I do. So I hope you guys have a good one. You will. Have a good smudge. And thank you. And we're on the reservation now, so
just now,
so
just
you can see the background.
Got on it.
We get out of the city. We're on the reservation now. But you guys have a good night, and thank you very much.